Welcome to episode 1 of my ultimate car flipping challenge, which I call Banger to Bull. I've given myself a massive goal. And that's just to start with £1,000 to buy a banger and trade up car by car until I get a Lamborghini. Join me on this amazing journey to see if I can get to my actual goal, starting with just £1,000. So in this first episode, I'm going to hunt down a cheap runner, negotiate the deal, and take the very first steps on this crazy journey. Expect dodgy deals, breakdowns, serious negotiation, and hopefully a lot of laughs on the way. And if this is something that interests you, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to follow every flip. And if you've got any car flipping tips or suggestions, drop them in the comments below. Let's start and get me that Lamborghini. So let's see what £1,000 can actually get you. I'm going to use Facebook Marketplace because there is no extra costs in this. Right, so if you look here, I'm doing £1,000 as the maximum price. And I'm doing 120,000 miles. I don't want anything much more than that. That brings up a decent choice of local cars that are available to me. I've had a flick through and I've just saved a few that I think are going to be of interest. First one is this Ford Fusion, which is a 2005. It's up for $650, look, but it's got a bit of damage on the rear bumper there. And yeah, I'm not sure on that one, so I checked this one as well. This is an Opel Corsa, which I'm assuming they're going to be Vauxhall. £690, again very cheap. 186,000 miles, and the only problem with this is if you look closely at the pictures, there's actually a bit of a scuff on the bumper there, look. And if you look on this picture, that bumper's been scuffed as well, so there's a bit of bumper work on that one, but it's not the end of the world. Inside it looks pretty decent. That's a possible, that one. So this next one, this is down as, it's 2012 and it's down as an Opel Astra, which is a Vauxhall Astra. Again, this is £950, 85,000 miles. Now look at this. So it's 2 litre diesel, but this one is like the top of the range SRI. Now this should be worth a few bob when it's all done up. But looking at the photos, I mean, this guy hasn't really concentrated on the photos. And look at this. It's got an MOT, which is like well over a year. Interesting. £35 a year road tax, but the pictures are terrible. It's just kind of, I don't know how he's done it, but he hasn't done them very well. And look at the description. The description on this one is absolutely awful. This certainly could work well with a bit more TLC in that advert. Decision made. I think I'm going to go have a look at that Vauxhall Astra that's up for sale I've just shown you, because believe it or not, it's actually just down the road from me, so I'm going to walk there. Let's go check it out. Right guys, here we go. This is the street. There's some people out on the road at the bottom of the street, which I think where the car is from the pictures. If somebody's got here before me. Anyway, let's get down to the bottom of the street and let's have a look. Right guys, here we are. So this is the car, so we're going to check this out and see what we've got. So it is the Vauxhall Corsa, Vauxhall Astra. Said Corsa earlier, didn't I? Right, it's a little bit untidy on the back there, look. That might need a new rear bumper, won't it really? And a bit down here as well, look. So I've lost a bit of paint around here. Filthy, I think they would have maybe cleaned it off. I'm assuming that's muck, yeah. SRI. Let's have a look at the brakes. Right, there's quite a big lip on that brake there. Wheels are going to need a refurb, look. But yeah, overall, not too bad. Bit of a bang down there. Right, so we took a bit of a bang in here. So the fog light has been pushed in. Probably had a bit of an accident on this side because there's a scratch there as well. Right, let's check out the interior. Actually looking very clean in here. Yeah, does look very nice, very tidy. And these seats have worn well, I think. It's only got 86,000 miles on. So yeah, this doesn't look, a little bit of wear on the bolster, but that's to be expected. So we do have the spare wheel here. Why is the spare wheel out? Oh, that always gets me worried a bit while the spare wheel's being brought out. A few marks down here, but that's to be expected. This is wear and tear, guys. Don't forget this is a 13-year-old car. Let's have a look under that bonnet. At the powerhouse. That is the 2 litre diesel under here. Could do with a nice little bit of work on that, couldn't it? Just to clean that up. It don't look too bad. Yeah, I think with a bit of a wash, maybe just spray them wheels, I could get a tin of paint, just sand them wheels down, give them a little spray. That could add some value, couldn't it? Yeah, there's no lights on the dash. Yeah, so I think a little bit of work on this, I might be able to add a little bit of value from this if I can get him to a good price. So let's go and have a word, see what we can do. I've done it, it's mine. So I bought the car and right, let's get it home. It's got beepers on as well, didn't realise. That's all right, isn't it? That's quality for a car of this age. Right, so obviously I didn't want to film the guy. I don't think he was too happy about being filmed anyway. So I didn't film the deal, but it was up for £950. There's a little bit of mark on the rear bumper there, but you know what? I reckon a bit of touch-up paint will be able to just, you know, make that look a lot better. The wheels, I'll probably have a go at them myself anyway. I could just get them off, get a bit of spray paint, and we can just give them wheels a little blast over and look really nice, won't they? So all we've got to do is make it look nice, so the next person is going to pay me, well, I'm hoping, £1,200 for this car. If I can chuck maybe, I don't know, 100 or so at it, then that's going to set us up with a first £300 profit. Well, fingers crossed anyway, because we've still got to sell it after that, haven't we? But let's get it home, and then we can start getting this car ready to be sold. And it's the next day now, and the car is on my drive. That means we can have a good closer look at it. But before we do any of that, let's give it a wash, because as you saw, this car was absolutely filthy. Oh, and at the moment, we've got a hosepipe ban in the Yorkshire area.
Yorkshire Water has become the first major utility company to impose a hosepipe ban after months of extremely hot and dry weather across England.
So I'm going to have to use buckets of water. Now, some of you may remember that when I went to buy this car, the engine bay was an absolute mess, and it still is. So let's give that a clean as well. This year's about an hour's work, but check this out.
29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs.
Now the car is nice and clean, it should expose any other damage that we missed on first look at this car just before we bought it. So let's have a good look round. We're going to need to spend some money on this car.
I will need some spending money. All right.
But hopefully we can keep that to a minimum. Let's check it out and see what we need to do. Starting on the front bumper here, what I can see is we've got a slight bit of damage here, but I reckon I can just touch that up with a bit of paint. So this fog light has got, I've just noticed it's got water in it, look, you can see that? So that is, it's unsealed, so there's a problem there. So we're going to need a new fog light. Moving around to this ring, we have a scratch in the actual paintwork there. A little tip I've seen on YouTube, if you want to know if the scratch is in the clear coat or deep down into the paint, then all you need to do is spray a little bit of soapy water on it. If it disappears, it's in the clear coat. Let's check it out. Right, so this didn't fully disappear. So this scratch is probably in the paintwork. Not sure if it comes through on the camera. Whereas we've got a scratch here, that's got to definitely be in the clear coat. And that has disappeared. So that scratch has disappeared. So that one there is definitely in the clear coat. That one will polish out. Stay tuned on how to fix scratches on a budget later on in this episode. We also have a few scratches on the door here. Not sure if you can see them, but let's have a look. So they're almost disappeared, so I think they're just in the clear coat as well, so they'll polish out. Not sure if you can see, but there is a few marks just on the door here. Again, that's going to need a full polish to get rid of them. Coming around to this tailgate, this is what we've noticed. This is all banged up here. So this has had a rear end shunt, which has actually banged up that tailgate. I think someone's tried to hammer it out again, but that is going to need new tailgate. The bumper, yeah, we've seen that. It's bust. That's definitely going to need a new bumper. But down this side is all pretty good, apart from, Again, not sure if you can see them on the camera, but there is some funny marks here. Again, they'll just polish out when we get a polishing kit on it. And that really is it on this car. Oh, apart from one thing, and that's these wheels. These wheels are an absolute mess. So they're going to need to be refurbished, but I've got a plan to do those on a budget again, so stay tuned to see how I do that. But one big bonus on this car is that the interior is in excellent condition. And don't forget, there is no mechanical issues that I know of with this car, so that's a massive bonus as well. So my plans for this car are: replace the rear tailgate, replace the rear bumper, replace the broken fog light, remove as many of those scratches as I can, refurbish those wheels and carry out a paint correction polish on the whole of the car, and then hopefully sell for a profit. If I clean this car up, make it look good and sell smart, this could almost double my money. So I definitely think, all in all, we can add value to this car. And don't forget, I paid £800 of my £1,000 challenge, so I've got £200 left that I can spend on this car. So I did a valuation on Auto Trader for this car, and if you look here, when you stick the car in with the current mileage, it comes back between about £1,800 and £2,000. Now, I'm not going to get £2,000 for this because, as we know, as I've said earlier, this is a catted car, so we're going to knock off a bit for that. But if I knock £500 off that, I reckon I may be able to sell this car for £1,500. So now we know the parts that we need, let's jump in the car and drive to somewhere I've never been before, but I'm hoping that they'll have all the parts I need in one place. And here we are. This is YouPullIt, which is a subsidiary of Copart, and I'm not sure how the cars get into here, whether this place buys them off Copart or Copart just sends braking cars that can't go back on the road into this place, and then people like us can visit here, bring your tools, and you go to a car and you take the parts off that you want yourself. That's brilliant, isn't it? Saves you a lot of money. So I'm really hoping that they do have the parts available for what I want. So let's go in there. I'm going to go see if I can get booked in, go find the parts, bring them back. I'll get back to you in the back of my car. Well, guys, we have the real tailgate there, look. And I think I found a bumper, so I'm just going to go back to the office and pay for this and put it in my car. I won't be able to carry both at the same time. So there was no videoing signs anywhere in the actual building when I walked in, so I thought I'll just do a little bit anyway. So this is the car I'm working on, look. I got my tailgate from my car at the end there, which was better than this one. This one's got a few marks on it, but this one, I didn't realise there's like 3 different bumpers available on these cars, and mine has the exhaust like that because it's the SRI. So this is the only one here that has got that exhaust. Now it has got a little, it's got a few marks. It's got just a few marks on here, but it's better than mine. So I mean, mine's cracked. This one isn't cracked, so I could just touch that up with a bit of paint and it'll look good. And it's also got a little protector on this bit here, whereas mine has been cracked as it's had a rear shunt. So let's get this bumper off, let's get it in the car, and then we've got all the parts we need. Oh, I've got a fog light as well, just to fix that, because I think mine might be broken, but I'm not sure what's wrong with it. But that's going to cost more than a tenner, I don't think. So we'll get this bumper off, get it back to the reception, we'll see how much it costs, and I'll let you know on the way home. Right, guys, back at the car now. We've got a bumper complete here. It's got a couple of scratches on it, but it's not cracked, which is good, so I can touch up the scratches. That shouldn't be a problem. I've got a fog light, because my fog light, I'm not sure what's wrong with it, but you know, for the cost of it, I might as well get one. And a complete tailgate under there as well. Now come to reception and showed him all this, he knew exactly what I'd got. I'm thinking 150, 180 quid for this lot. Guys, 85 quid, that's all it was. 85 quid for all that. One of these bumpers on eBay, which I've been looking at, over £100 for a damaged one. This is brilliant. I'll certainly be using YouPullIt again. No, I'm not sponsored by these guys, so you know, they're not giving me any rake off for this. This has just been unbelievable, because you do all the work yourself, you see. They have set prices. I think a bumper is something like £59, but if you're a member, for 25 quid a year, you get a free harvest vest, and they knock 10% off the prices. So that bumper was about 52 quid. Yeah, just thinking about that. So that means the tailgate must have been 30 quid. He must have charged me as a boot lid. Wow, can't knock it, guys. Cannot knock it. Right, let's get this home, and then we can start looking at putting this on my car.
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really?
And I decided I'm going to start with the wheels. So let's get the wheels off and let's refurbish them. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. But number one, before we start, have I got the locking wheel nut? I've not searched for it yet. Let's check it out. Passenger door pocket, it's got to be. Nope. Glove box. Nope. Center console. Nope. Underneath armrest. Aha! We have it. Oh, that's not very good. Oh, I don't feel very nice. Oh, it's just not going on properly. Can't feel when it's going to go on. As with everything on jobs I do, this is never straightforward. Now, this locking wheel nut seems to be a little bit damaged, and it's very hard to determine which way this goes on. But luckily, I found in the boot, I found the 4 original nuts. So what I can do is I can hammer this on just to get this one off, because I need this wheel off, and I can put the original nuts back on. So I'm not bothered about that. So let's do that. Yeah, I think that's probably jammed in there for good now. So, yeah. Never mind, we can always get another set of locker wheel nuts, that's not a problem. I went round and loosened all the locking wheel nuts on all the other wheels, just in case this happened. Forward thinking by me for a change. Right, let's get an axle stand under here just to stop it from dropping, and we'll get this wheel over to where we're going to work on it. And welcome to my workshop. So this is where we're going to work on the wheels. So I've got it up here so I don't have to bend down. We do a nice bit of sanding on here, and then behind we've got the spray booth. This is a spraying area so I don't get it all over my patio. Right, let's begin. So first of all, let's get the centre cap out. Now the wheel is ready to be sanded. So what we're going to do is going to sand this with some coarse sandpaper. If you look here, you can see all the paint's just peeling up and it's all cracked. So we're going to need to get that all down to flat. There isn't many sort of curbing sands on this. That's because I think these tyres are quite wide and they overlap that. So that's going to be good. We don't have to do a lot of heavy sanding around the edges. So let's get this sanded with some 240 grit, see if we can get this back down to nice and flat. Right, so wheels all prepped and ready now, so what we need to do is mask off so that we can actually just paint the rim. And I got something with a paint set that I ordered, let me show you. And that's these, which are alloy wheel masks. So yeah, you're supposed to put these on, tuck them in with a card, tuck them down the edge, and then it saves you having to use all the playing cards that you see in a lot of channels. So let's try these babies. Right, so this wheel's now ready for the first coat of primer. This is going to be a dust coat, just to cover over slightly. We'll probably do 3 coats of the primer to make it look good. And there we go, that's all 4 wheels all nice primered and ready for the top coat. So let's give it a little bit of sanding with 1500 grit and let's crack on with that top coat. And that's it, that's 2 coats of paint on these wheels. So all that's left now is the clear coat to go on top, and we do a couple of coats of that. And it's the next day now, so I've left the wheels in the garage overnight, so the paint should be nicely cured. So let's get these fitted back onto the car. Are master wheels all refurbished? Well, it's not a professional job of course, but it's good enough for this car. So now those are done, let's start on this bumper, let's get it off and get it sorted. Right, so we've got both the bumpers here now, and what we need to do is take the parts off this one and put them onto the new one, which means the license plate lights need to come out and the PDCs also need to come out, but I do need to drill this one to put the new PDCs in. So let's get measuring up, let's get that bit sorted. Right, now those are off. What we need to do now is get the size of that hole and find out exactly where they're located and drill the same holes in the new wing. Bonding time now, so I'm going to be using the same bond that I used when I bonded the wings on my 911. If you remember that job, if you haven't seen that, then go look at my other videos where I'm actually building a GT3 RS replica, and this is it here. Look, if you have a quick look in the little snippet of it. But that's not this video, this is a totally different video. This is about getting this Astra ready for the road. So we'll give the areas to be bonded a little bit of a clean up, because you can see the mud and rubbish that's on there. And then using a bit of sandpaper, we just roughed up the area around the bonding surface. Right, so here's the bondo, so let's get these bonded on and get them sorted. Now when I come to use the bond, it totally seeps up around the point where it comes out. So I drilled a couple of holes in it, and then I was having to use a lolly stick to actually then just mix up the hardener and the bond itself and apply it manually onto each one of the PDCs. This worked though, and yeah, they all sort of came out okay. And then to secure the PDC holder in place, I went back to my old method of drill bits, a tie wrap and a small wire brush just to pull it all together and keep it tight until the bond has gone off. We then did the same to remount the plastic bracket on the side of the bumper. These are absolutely awful and they're just all broken, so we just had to bond these back on just so it holds the bumper in place when we refit it. Right, that's those bonded now, so I'm going to leave this overnight for those to set. So that's going to be 24 hours for me, but for you, it'll be instant.
The next day.
So there we are, it's the next day now, so let's check to see if these have bonded on properly. Yes, they're bonded on very nicely. So now what we're going to do, I know that these are going to be okay here as well, the PDCs. So we now need to cut the tie wraps there and release all these and get the PDC sensors back in place. Right, reassembly done. Let's take this out there and get it back on the car. Right, that's a rear bumper done. So instead of doing the tailgate next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the front bumper next because I've got to do that fog light, and I suspect there might be a bit of bonding needed on the back of the front bumper. So let's get the front bumper off, get it in the garage, see what we've got. Look at that engine, beautiful. Ooh. Oh yes. Oh, I don't like it, man. Oh no, that's ripped the bloody thing off the panel. Oh, I haven't done it, have I?
I thought you have, I'll tell you. I thought that's only you didn't anymore.
Is that me or is it? That's ripped off the panel, isn't it? It's not. There it is. That should come like that. Why is it not coming out in the middle? Unbelievable. So that'll never go back together again now properly. Unbelievable, man. Why was that so tight? I think we have got a bit of bonding to do. Now to find some stuff to use. That should just pop off. I've made a mistake here, haven't we? That's it there, look. Why is it not just popping out?
Is that a pop rivet on it there?
No, that's all the brackets of the car that this is clipping into.
Alright, yeah.
This should just come out of that bracket like that, and that.
I see.
But it's broke off there now. Please don't do the same on this side. Right, what I need to do is get my fingers on the bracket itself. There we go. That's it. That's what's supposed to happen. Oh my word, that was a bit harder than expected, but we've got the bumper off. So let's get it in the garage, see what we need to do to fix this fog light. Right, we've got a problem here, guys. So we've got the front bumper off, as you saw, and this is the fog light. It is all broken, all the brackets are broken. Those brackets come with the replacement one, so I'm not bothered. This bracket here, though, is actually mounted to the car, but look at this. It's all come undone, this bracket and this bracket. Now that one on my fog light, I've got this tower missing, so that ain't going to go back on. This one here, I want to try and get bonded back on there so it can fit the fog light, and it'll just hold it there, because it's going to be held there, there and there. Just one little hole there should be good enough. And the bigger problem is here. So whilst taking this panel off, this is the bit that clips in underneath the front wing, and this, as usual on the Fords, has just come apart. Absolute rubbish. So I don't know, it's such a thin plastic weld on there, it's rubbish. So we're going to have to bond that back on as well. Otherwise this bumper will not sit correctly to the wing on the car. So let's get bonding. Right, that's that bit of bonding done, so we just have to leave this now for 24 hours. So while this is going off, we can now go work on the rear deck. Let's have a go at that. Right, so first step on this is we need to get the wiring out, and we're going to have to trace that wiring down, which goes all the way down there and comes up behind here somewhere. So let's just start dismantling this so we can get to the wiring. That's it. There, David, we're there.
Get to everything now.
Yeah. Right, there we go, look. Here he is. Just check all the electrics are working.
Yeah.
Got rear lights on?
One is.
There, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at these.
Oh yeah. Oh, so, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know which I was looking at. Yeah. Just a bulb in it. Yeah. What about reversing light? Would it be that one?
Yeah, it could be. Like no white light on.
Yeah.
Is that
On that side, yeah. This one ain't come on. That side has.
You only usually get one. The other one's usually a fog.
Oh yeah, fog light. Yeah, of course.
That one.
Yeah, that's on.
That's this side.
Yeah.
So that's all the bulbs on the
Yeah.
lights that are missing. Yeah.
Apart from the one that you've got to replace. Yeah.
Right, so that's the tailgate and the rear bumper now completed, so let's go in there and let's finish that front bumper. Right, we've brought it outside because the weather's a bit nicer today, so now's the time. Let's have a look and see if our bonding has taken. Yeah, and this bit has taken nicely, plenty of bond on that. Right, time to get this old broken fog light off and get the new one in place. Old fog light out, new fog light to be installed. Right, she's ready to go back on the car, so let's get it refitted. Right, bumper all back together and fog light fixed, all looking good. Let's start with that polishing. Right, we're going to start with this ring, because this ring, if you remember, has got this nice deep scratch. Well, not nice, horrible deep scratch in it there. So we're going to give it a little bit of sand and just see if we can help remove that scratch. We should be able to get rid of all these other marks. So I'm going to start with some 1500 grit, and I'm just got a little sanding pad there, and I'm just going to try and polish that, just see if we can remove that scratch. So what we can see here now is we have just the scratch there, that's deeper, and we've got the scratch there, that's deeper. So we're going to have to just put a little bit of paint in those and just try and repair those that way. This one here may come off actually. I might just give that a little bit more work. That definitely needs a bit of work, that definitely needs painting. So let's just give this a little bit more of a sand. Okay, so what you can see now, we're left with just the line there, and that bit there. So I'm going to go mix up some paint and we'll just touch that up very, very slightly just to try and get rid of that. So I bought a tin of mixed up paint for the Opel 22C, which is the black paint code of this car, and I've got some clear coat as well. I'm going to mix a little bit of this with a little bit of this in that, and then we're going to use this tiny little brush to actually apply it just to the scratches. Right, now this is all dry, you can see it's actually filled in with the paint. So now we're just going to hit it with a 1500 again, just to try and get this down nice and flat before we actually polish it. And then we touch it up again to get more paint in there. And then we leave that to dry and just keep building up until we've got that paint level with the actual surface of the car. So I've just done a little bit of work on this door here because it had a couple of scratches, but those scratches were in the clear coat, so I've sanded them down with a 1500. So what I'm going to do now is just sand that down with the 2000 just to reduce the scratches on there. So while waiting for the wing and other bits to dry, we can polish this door. So as you can see now, those scratches have been reduced now to almost next to nothing. And this means now that this should polish out. Let's give it a go. So I bought these now. These go from heavy cut at this end right round to light cut here. So we're going to start with probably heavy to medium, this middle one, because it's not real heavy, I don't think. We'll start with that and see if that makes a difference. And as this is a new pad, what we need to do is get a load of this stuff on here, and then really we need to rub it into the pad to get it in there so it's not a dry pad that we're going to be putting on the bodywork. Okay, now the pad should be ready to actually polish this. As you can see now, this has reduced a lot of those scratches, not sure if you can see on the camera, but that's just gone slightly dull. So obviously when we hit that with a lighter polish, then we'll be able to get rid of those scratches as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue and do this whole door, and we'll get this sorted, and then hopefully we should have a lovely door at the end of this. Then we're just going to do a final light one just on this bit, just to take out those extra very fine scratches. So there you go, this is a reflection we're getting now. That's the difference it's made. You can just very lightly see those scratches there, but I ain't going to waste no more time. Don't forget, this is like £800 car. I'm not going to go too mad on it. So I'm going to go around and do the rest of the car. I'm not going to bore you with that because it's just me polishing, and then we'll look at the car at the end. Right, there we go, that's all the polishing now done on this car, and this looks absolutely beautiful, but it has got some splashes from the polish, so now we need to proper clean, its last final clean, and then we're going to get some pictures and get it up for sale. And that's it, this car is now ready for the photographs and then be put up for sale. And stay tuned, because later on I'm going to show you how you can write a really eye-catching advert before I put this car up for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Let's get those pictures done. So now it's time to put the advert together, and we want to make the advert as good as we can to attract attention so that people click on it, read it, and hopefully ring me up and say, I'd like to buy that car please. I'm going to show you how to do that using one of the great tools now available on the internet. But first of all, let's take a look at the ad that I've written. So you see here, I've just put, here we have sales, lovely late, blah blah blah, and I've gone through all that and put some of the features in there like 86,000 miles, 7 service stamps, all these sort of things, MOT it's got left, and then just some details about the car itself, and then all the features that we've got down here as well. So now what we are going to use is ChatGPT, and if you look at this screen here, I've just cleared it, so we've got a nice empty workspace to work in, and I'm going to bang my question in like so. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT, write me a professional eye-catching advert to sell my car using the following information. And then I'm just going to post my original ad in there, like so. And then we have it. So now I'm just going to hit go, and let's see what ChatGPT comes back with. and just look at what it's rating for me. That looks absolutely amazing. It's put a few little graphics in there, look, to make it eye-catching. A few more ticks and things here. A bit about performance and highlighted the features, etc, etc. Then it's left the bottom here, look, to say location and your price. So I can cut all this out into a notepad and then upload this to Facebook Marketplace, and I'll show you my advert when I've finished it. And now here you can see I'm creating an advert in Facebook Marketplace using all the pictures that we've just taken, and now I'm filling in the form and typing in what I need to type in there, get down to the description field, and then I'm going to cut and paste the description I got from ChatGPT. And here we have the completed advert. So we've got all of the pictures that we took, all nice angles, very clear, very clean pictures, and we have the summary down here. And if you look at the description, we have my full description all pasted and tidied up in there, and yeah, she's ready to go. So we're just in the last stages of testing this car now before we put it up for sale, and we now found that the front washers are not working, which is a pain in the backside. But what we did find is that if we put our hand underneath, we could feel there was some water under there. So I'm hoping that the little pipe that pushes the water through to the washer jets on the front has just come off. Now, it's pretty tight to get under there, so I'm just going to have to jack it up to have a look. So let me get the jack. Make sure you unlock the car before you start working on it. Right, I've got my torch, see if I can see underneath there. Right, I can see a pipe there, and I can see another pipe there, but they look intact to me. Yeah, right, so what I think might need to do here is, if you want to go in the car and do the washers, I think it's just pull up on the washer stalk. I'll see if I can see what happened. I'm sure it was leaking. Yeah, go on, and again. Yeah. And off, and again. All right, yeah, stop there. Yeah, no, can't see anything there. I think we're gonna have to get the wheel off, and if we get the wheel latch liner off on this side, I think we should be able to get access to it. So let's do that. And of course my mic gave up just as I'm explaining what we found, but what we did find is there was a blockage on this side here. I popped this off, the water was coming out of that white thing, but it wasn't going up that tube. So we cleared the blockage, and if you look now when I do the jets, yes, and just look how happy I am, yes. No, I've not seen any rust, no, been around it, and I'll give it a good clean and a polish that lot. No sign of rust at all.
What do you do, just buy them, do them up a bit and then sell them on?
Yeah, kind of, yeah, I did this, just bought it. I did need a little bit of work on it, so basically a bit of polishing and things like that. Yeah. And then, yeah, just sell it on. Right. You know, I think it's a good car really for the price.
Yeah. What was the mileage?
85, 86 something, yes. 86, yeah.
Will it be expensive on petrol though, on diesel?
It should be, I think they're looking about 60 miles per gallon or something, I think, on these. Yeah. How far? Just 5 or 6 miles?
Yeah, just.
That's ideal for that. I mean, it's not a big car, is it? So 2-litre engine, just tick it over, you know what I mean?
We're alright to take it for just a little drive.
Yeah.
Right, if it's just on the road.
Yeah. You can go down, you get the gist of it. It's not a very long, it's just where they are at the back there, but just come down.
Do you want to come and have a sit and see what? Alright.
Right, there you go, the car is yours. Thanks for that,
lovely.
mate. Okay, enjoy it. Thanks. Cheers now.
Cheers.
So that's it, she's sold.
Sold.
And what a bargain. So we had up for £1,700. The guy offered 15, but we negotiated and we ended up selling that car for £1,600. So let's discuss numbers. We actually spent on the car £800 to buy it and £85 to repair it. Let's just say £100 for other bits and bobs that we might have done, like polish and things like that. So £900 on that car. That meant I had £100 left from my £1,000 that I started with. I've now got £1,600 given from the sale. I've got £1,700. I'm now going to start the look for the next car in this series, see what I can buy for about £1,500 that needs maybe a couple of hundred spending on it that I can make sellable for maybe £2,500. Who knows? World's your oyster in this game. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. If you have, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to watch this series and also watch all my other videos that I am working on. Give me the thumbs up for this video. It really does help with the analytics. Once again, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.